Alright, let's start the next highlight here. Hello, this is BioPhreak, and with me today is...
Chthonian, I'm here.
He's broken by the tutorials. Some of you may know us just as Chris and Dave. We're here, back, continuing our first impressions of Ragna Maya. And the game crashed on us while we were exploring the Area 2, which probably didn't save. Because it doesn't look like it's responding to anything here.
Is this okay?
Yeah, no,
Wait.
yeah, no.
You new game?
It won't let me load.
What do you mean it won't let you load?
It won't let me select load. It won't let me select load. I kid you not. So I'm just gonna bypass all this here. A few bugs to work out of here. So if I just hit enter, he auto attacks. Good to know. Did that not even do anything to him? Oh my god.
We should just play Not Dying or Gate again.
I want to see what's up in that northern area, not where we went before.
Like the other path?
Yeah. Don't let me escape. Garbage. Bad.
Here it comes again.
No. I'm just trying to get him out of this.
And it just kills itself. I mean, what? I was almost thinking it was like a bug last time.
Oh man. I'm trying to go past these as quickly as possible.
It's time to play with the furry.
Apparently, yep. Okay. If I hit 200 something quicker. See, there's way too many tutorials. I want all those healing scrolls. God damn it, come on. Stop with tutorials. Let us actually load a save, too. That's a really bad bug.
It's kind of game breaking.
A little
Especially
bit.
when the game can crash.
Randomly. Alright, so... We're gonna test some theories here. No, I don't want a tutorial. Thanks. No, I said no. No means no.
The game will force itself upon you.
It is. It's not letting me skip the battle. So I'll just have to smack this round up.
You know, it looks like something in the monster manual for D&D.
Well, considering all the different monster manuals and monster encyclopedias that they've had for like 20 plus years, just about anything would look like a monster from there.
I mean it. I think it's D&D 3.5, Monster Manual 1. It's in there.
Jesus. Come on. It's not gonna let me escape it either. Great. Great. Because it's a tutorial. I want to test our theory if we can make things disappear by escaping. Oh, man. And it hurts because this game would have had potential if it wasn't for stuff like that. Iron. Okay.
Yeah, I had a bunch of little complaints, but
I know. Bye-bye. I'm waiting for it to just randomly crash again. That's the real enemy of this game, is the tutorial. Not the witches, not the enemies in the labyrinth. It's the damn random tutorials. Almost to the area that we didn't get to go last time. Okay. Is that... I didn't remember that creature there before. Let me go by the one by the chest here.
Oh look, it's that Final Fantasy enemy.
Oh my god. It's a tutorial thing again, I guess, or... weird names. So is it like... Let's see how badly I'm gonna get my butt kicked. Oh, very badly. Very, very badly.
Really badly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is... And this is how the game ended.
Maybe it's one of those enemies you have to cast magic at.
Let's try that theory. Nope. Wow, he's on. Oh, great.
Oh, look, silenced.
You know, I can still use scrolls, oddly enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you'd have to read it or anything.
Well, no, silent?
Oh.
Oh, God. And I'm blinded. Great. Wow, my hit points are done.
You were just shut down.
Yeah, you can't escape, and there's 3 ultra powerfuls. Yeah, that was fair. And back to the screen.
And it shunts you.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
But like I said, you can't select anything here. Like, nothing... Oh, here we go. Wow. Really? That key... Oh, you sons of bitches. Yeah, key mapping.
So were we just dumb?
No. Everything that you'd think would move it, like, normal, no.
What is it? Something stupid like shift?
It's the S key.
Wait, why would that be? That makes sense to me.
Well, considering you can't click on it with your mouse, you can't use up and down arrows, and to navigate the other menus, you use / and enter. None of the keys that you use for everything else work for there.
Well, I mean, you move around with WASD. I don't know. I'm not playing the game.
I want to go past this guy because he is a cheating bastard.
I don't understand what our goal is.
Oh my god, really? 2 steps? Come on. Oh. Okay, force encounter. That's fine. Wow. Okay.
It didn't even move.
Well, he still hits like a...
Were we supposed to go through that? I
There's
don't
an
remember
area
what it was
here he's
called.
guarding.
But like the first screen we loaded into, that thing on the left, were we supposed to go through that?
That's where we went before, but we never went this way.
So I mean, we went through that little monolith with the circling things.
We went to the left, and then we got our butts... well, no, we were doing fine until the game crashed. That's when we went the other route. Trying to see what's beyond this guy. What is he guarding? And we're forced to fight him.
Better be good.
Ah! Okay. Being hit with a giant iron hammer hurts. Good to know.
I don't think that's right.
I do like how you can use the scrolls and still, use an action.
Yeah, it's pretty helpful with us being the only party member.
Ow. I think he found my head and hit it.
Oh man, he needs to tell us where it is.
What the hell was that?
You did the wrong one. You did
I'm using another scroll. Wow, you can just keep using scrolls. Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it, but it's kind of dumb.
It's a little cheesy. I mean, one scroll and an action, fair. Infinite scrolls and an action, not so much. Action economy. This guy's going down. Shocking.
Alright, he's down.
And the Casio. Everybody enjoy the Casio.
I'm letting it sink in. It's sinking. Oh look, Titanic.
Okay, that's enough. What is this? Look at this. Seems to be an oryx?
Another thing with a weird name.
Oh, it's a waypoint. Okay. Oh.
Yet another tutorial.
Okay. Yeah. That. Hey, it's a different color.
It is.
So teleport us to another part of the dungeon maze. Area 3A. Haha, we skipped area 2.
Oh, we got a letter.
Wait, I didn't even move and I got a random encounter. Is it on a timer? I'm not gonna move.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, if it's on a damn timer, I'm gonna rage.
Can you feel it? I can't feel it.
Yeah, I don't want to feel it.
Look at the little fire orb on the oryx.
That floating stone.
It was like off center.
I want to touch this floating stone here. A memoriam. This memory serves me right. Memoriams hold records of a certain event. Oh god, we don't need visual novel stones. It's a tutorial stone.
No.
He put his mana into the stone.
Oh, he inserted his mana. Look at it. On the right, just let it soak in. It just says event. I feel like it's as bad as placeholder text.
Maybe or aggression and so it wants me to beat the troll. Yes, we get it. We got to do a quest for it. Oh god. That's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. No.
We're done.
No.
Oh.
Too many. Too many. It's got little quests in it, which are nice, but my god, the tutorials. That's just overkill. So, all right. So before we talk about the specific areas of the game, what is your overall first opinion, Chris?
I feel like this game may have a lot to offer. We're not really giving it a chance because we have an hour. First impressions, right?
True.
But I mean, obviously there's a lot of lore if some of it isn't, dumb.
You see, I can deal with the lore, and I can appreciate I've worked with Unity before. I still am working with Unity, and they've done a lot of hard work into this, and I appreciate what they've done with this. I can see where they've really put some serious effort into it, and it shows. But there are some game design things that I feel could have been better choices. That being the way too many tutorials. It should be taught more during gameplay rather than interrupting everything.
Right. I agree.
That's the biggest thing. Random crashes, new game. If I've read it correctly, it was released on the 8th. Every new game's going to have bugs. I can forgive it for the crash. The movement, the menus, let us use mice for that as well as keyboard. And for something like this, with the menus as seemingly simple as they should be, let us use controller support as well. I mean, it does seem like there's a lot more underneath the surface to this, and if you're a RPG fanatic, JRPG fan, check it out. But if you're looking for that, next gen experience or flawless game, you're not going to find that here. But it will offer you the same feel, from like Final Fantasy and other similar JRPGs. So let's talk about the graphics, Chris.
The arm and the leg are still staring me in the face. But a lot of the graphics, the textures they have are pretty good. I like the details they have on a lot of stuff, but they really fell short in a few key areas, I think. They could have just taken a still of the character on just some stupid background instead of doing the character portraits they do in the visual novel parts. It's so bad.
I agree. Like right here, you can see the texture they do with the rocks, the falling snow, the mist, even some of the model and the monster there, some of the glistening from it, even some of the armor on the guy. Looks great. But yeah, the portraits for the characters, weird choice for it. I don't know if they took a gamble with it to try to go in that approach. Even if you just did a hand-drawn like they do in the JRPGs of the character, or just taking the 3D model, as you said, from the game, throwing it on there in a pose, whatnot, would have worked so much better with that. I totally agree. I'd have to give the graphics overall a 3 for that, because there's a lot of good graphics, and there's just a few smaller parts that they could have done better with.
A 3 is fine.
Now, for the story...
Because, yeah, most of them are good.
The story, there is a lot to the story. I don't know if there is another predecessor game or series. I didn't see anything on it when I was reading about it on the storefront page on this game. But they definitely have interesting premises, like how the dungeon warps time, how it's expanding, people are trapped in there. So there is a lot of story elements buried within that I think if we had more time to play, it would be much more rewarding. So if there is a predecessor in the series, they don't really touch in on it too much, but they at least try to explain some things to it to an extent. And I have to give it a solid 3 on the story with that. Again, if we had more time to play, it would probably be higher, but it's definitely interesting from what I've read.
You see, a real pet peeve of mine with the story, right, is they obviously put a lot of effort writing it.
Yes.
Because they're talking about a lot of crap. But what you're doing is you're throwing a lot of names at me. And those names don't mean anything. They go in one ear and out the other. They mean nothing. Let us discover them. Because obviously this is supposed to be an exploring adventure. It's a labyrinth. We should be discovering them as the character discovers them. There should be some explanation or something when it happens. Let us experience it. Don't just throw me a fucking name. Ragna? Just call it Doodah. Whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, they should have some more explanations to that, or as you said, let us discover it as the characters discover it.
I'd give it a 2. It really bugs me.
Right.
That bugs me so much.
What about how do you feel about the music and sound?
Well, like you said, they're pretty good. I'd have liked to see some voice acting. They have a lot of voice actors that you can hire, like people on YouTube, really cheap, really cheap. But
Fair.
That's fine if you don't have it. Just Dave called it the
Casio,
the victory music.
Yeah, that's
so bad.
That's the only bad thing about the music itself in terms of the quality. That's really the only one I have on here. The background music that's playing, the combat music that plays, the opening menu music with the piano, all great choice scores for it. I don't know why.
It sets a nice somber tone.
Yes, and even with the bad fanfare, I have to give the music and sound a 4. It immerses you. It does help.
We've been riding the line on the middle on a lot of stuff, and I got to do it with the music too. The Casio is just so bad. I have to give it a 3.
Not a problem. What about content and gameplay?
Well, you're the one playing it, but from what I've noticed, there's nothing setting apart the gameplay. They tried to do it with the Ragna, the extra magic type, and the scrolls, but all you're doing is just giving us more menus. They don't have any special way they're interacting. You're not doing anything different.
Correct. And I mean, for the control part, I mean, the character moves smooth. Pressing enter to, as a generic action button is okay. Lack of controller support, odd key mappings for some of the things, definitely low points with that. The menus, yeah, I mean, somebody who's not played an RPG before, with everything they throw at you, is a lot to kind of learn with that. But it makes sense for the name choices they picked for it and how they kind of work from what I read. But the tutorials, that is way too many tutorials. I mean, having a few to do the fundamentals, fine. Trying to explain item creation, fine. But having it for every little thing, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, a good example of someone talking about that is one of Egoraptor's videos, Sequelitis for Mega Man. It talks about exactly that. Teaching through gameplay.
And that's the way it should have done for a lot of those menus. Like, the first tutorial combat could have covered most of those tutorial messages by just forcing the player to go, oh, here's some abilities you don't get right now. Maybe they weaken you when you go into maze, but here, this is how you use the magics. This is how it affects different enemies and different things. That way you learn as you do it, and you cut down on all the menus. Having it where it just jarringly stops the gameplay is not fun at all.
Yeah.
So I got to give it a 2 for that. That was too jarring.
I'll go with that. That's fine.
All right. Well, I'm going to put links to the games in the video descriptions, but
don't play this. Don't play Bravely Default or Bravely Default Inlayer, the sequel.
If you're intrigued by the story and you're a fan of RPGs, check it out. But if you're casual,
Dragonlance instead.
Yeah, if you're casual with that, it's going to be real hard to kind of jump into, especially with how the gameplay goes. So just be careful with that. Maybe they might improve it, but that's our first impressions of it. So yeah, that's going to conclude our first impressions of Ragna Maya. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Let us know what you think of the series. And as always, see you next time, and happy gaming.
Happy gaming.